Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jennifer and I'm very excited to be making this video because not only is it my first official YouTube video, but also it is something that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time, and thanks to quarantine mid-April, I've been thinking a lot about myself and I've been doodling a lot, so I thought why not start, as you can see by the title, bullet journaling. And it is something that I've really enjoyed for all 11 days that I've done it so far. I feel like as a complete beginner I can show you the tricks that I've used to do it, or how I felt creating it, and what things I realized I can improve on, and what I realized just throughout the process. So if you're interested in bullet journaling, this is definitely the video for you, and yeah, let's just go watch the process. Alrighty, well, let's just slide right into it. For this month, I decided to do a very special theme because since this is my very first bullet journal, I wanted it to be... I didn't know if I was going to continue this because it's something that I've always been wanting to do, but I was kind of a bit intimidated by it because I thought, you know, I doodled, but I wasn't as great as everybody I saw and all that, and I was like, you know what? I can do it. But I also want this to be more personal than just doodles on a page in a planner. So I decided if I get to decorate each month, might as well make it something that maybe has to do with what I want to accomplish that month or what's happening in my life right now. And thus we have the theme of sunflowers and butterflies. And I am not a girly person, so it is kind of off-putting for a second that I was doing like butterflies and sunflowers, but you know, that's just how I'm feeling. And I want this month to be all about growth and about beauty and just being happy, because it's just been one ride of a month, and you know, going through quarantine and all that, we're all in it together, personal stuff. We got this, we can do it. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, that's also why I'm posting this at the end of May. I realized, well, first I didn't get the idea of actually officially starting a bullet journal until end of April. And then I didn't get my supplies until May 4th, but I kept track of everything because I knew what I wanted to do. And then May 14, I started putting the video together, and now, May 29, I'm recording the audio. So it's been a journey, but we're making it, guys, we're making it. Part of the bullet journal is for me to start doing things that make me happy, and I made a promise to myself I'm going to post this video. Here we are. Alright, as I told you, I have some tips, and tip number 1 is don't try to make it perfect. Yes, try to make it the best that you can, but take the idea of perfection out of your head. Just take it out, because that will only hold you back and you will not be able to progress if you're thinking too much about making it perfect. I don't know if you've seen bullet journals, but I've seen them a lot in the past few years, and to me they always looked very, very nice. All the ones that I've seen were just so well done, so well drawn, so perfect, and I was just like, man, it's a bit intimidating, but I think if you really try, you could honestly do anything. I wanted to keep this second page simple. I wanted to just draw a simple calendar and not try to make it perfect. Try your best, and if you do mess up, just say, hey, it's my first one, and it's just for me, it's not going anywhere. Also, sometimes mistakes can be hidden. There's one white marker that I used, and that really helped me, you know, just hide it, but then it turned into a blob. On the second page, I wanted to make a habit tracker. This is one of my favorite things about bullet journaling, was seeing everybody make habit trackers and water trackers and all that stuff. And because I'm trying to improve this month a lot of things about me personally, I wanted to make sure that I was staying on track of everything. And at the end of the month, I wanted to compare how well I did or where I could improve. It wasn't necessarily to put pressure on myself, but more of just as I'm living my regular days, I'll be able to look back and everything's on one page for me to compare them. So the first thing that I did was I started outlining. As you can tell, I tried my best to do straight lines, but it became hard. And the whole idea of me not trying to do it perfectly in my head was kind of like, I don't need straight lines. But I'm not gonna lie, this did get pretty boring. I had music, I had coffee, and it was just very, very repetitive. But then again, I had such a big goal in my head to finish this and to do this that I just kept going, and I knew that it was going to look nicer by the time I was done. You also can't really tell, but there was some times where I messed up the numbers because there's 31 days in May. And so me, who wants to make everything perfect, it's that little stuff that like bothers me. I'm like, ooh, but I can't let it bother me. I did some personal habits on there like flossing, praying, anything that I wanted to improve on that specific month. And I wanted to incorporate some of the doodles of the sunflowers. So I did that on the top right. And yeah, I wanted to keep it fun, airy, colorful, simple. And I really liked drawing sunflowers by the end of this. I never drew sunflowers before, but the more you do it, the more you find these little techniques that help. So that's another reason as to why not to get intimidated, is you kind of figure out what ways to draw something as you do it. All right, on this 4th page, I started to make a fitness tracker. I wanted a whole page for the fitness one because that is something that I wanted to record in more detail, not just if I worked out or not. And I recommend using pencil if you're beginning like me, because I did not really know how to draw everything freehandedly. I didn't know the spacing well. I wasn't too used to drawing calendars, so the pencil really helped me, because as you see now, I drew the big letters for days of the week, but later I changed it to small. I just thought it looked better. And then as I was drawing those lines, you see me going into the white marker because I'm not used to drawing calendars. You know, I just want to draw straight down lines, but no, there's only 31 days and it started on a Sunday or Saturday. So I made little categories that I colored in. I did core, cardio, glutes, strength, and legs. So on each day that I did something, I would color in a square inside of the date that was appropriate to it, and I also wanted to record how many steps I was taking and how many miles that was in total. At this point, it's probably been a few hours of me drawing. So this next page, I wanted to take a little breather from all the little details, and I wanted to just make something fun, something positive. Remember how I told you, to me this month was about growth. You know, I wanted to feel better. I wanted to just grow. I wanted to realize that things do get better and you're not always a caterpillar, because you will blossom into a butterfly. I know it's cheesy, but you know, I didn't know. Okay, little fact. When I first made this bullet journal, it was at the beginning of the month. I made the idea of the sunflowers and the butterflies. But little did I know that I actually ended up going to a sunflower field with my friends towards the end of May. I want to say it was like May 20 something. I'll insert a picture because it was really fun. A few days ago, I was actually in my parents' bathroom, and you know, I go in there every day, and for some reason that day I found a book, and it was called You Are Not a Caterpillar, You Are a Butterfly, something like that. But I was like, wow, sunflowers and butterflies. And the page that I opened to and read it just felt like it was made for me, like God put it there for me to see it. So that was insane. I thought that was cool. Yeah, time heals. Time lets us improve ourselves. We just gotta be patient. And then my next page was about drinking water, because I've always been trying to stay on top of that. I get migraines frequently, and I feel like that's a way to, at least I know it's not from that if I get them, or it'll just help, you know. Sometimes if I'm craving food, maybe it's because I'm actually thirsty. So I just think that drinking water is just overall good for you. I wanted to see how well I was doing it. Not really putting pressure on myself again, but just as a way to keep yourself accountable, you know. And I didn't fill out the rest of it because it'll be filled out towards the end, but I wanted to go in and color in every cup that I drank and put the number on the side. All right, it is now day 2 because doing this in one day was just a lot. Also, I used Pinterest a lot to get ideas because, again, as a beginner, I think Pinterest is a great tool. You just type in certain themes or certain ideas, and it just gives you a lot of ideas if you're a beginner, because I did not really know. I did not really know what the best way to space some of this was, and I wanted to follow a cute guideline. Me personally, I do best when I'm copying a drawing because I already know what it's going to look like, and I just try to make it look as much like that as possible. And yeah, so I got this from Pinterest, and it looks great on page, but it was actually really, really annoying to draw. I wanted to make a page where I recorded how much I worked, whether it was at my job or just like personal stuff I was trying to do. And having to number every hour of the day. I mean, I guess you could have made this more simple, but the guide that I was following was just literally numbering everything, and it took me maybe like 30 minutes or more of just writing numbers and over and over and over. But hey, it's worth it. It really is. I'm already working on my June spread while I'm still uploading my May spread. That's how long it took me to do this. But you gotta keep pushing yourself. You gotta keep going. You gotta do what you want to do so that you realize that yes, you can do it. It'll motivate you to keep doing other stuff. What have you guys been doing this quarantine? Have you been seeing family? Have you been learning something new, or just completely chilling? Because it's totally okay to take time to yourself. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves. We really don't need to do that. I think it's kind of easy with social media. You just see how everybody's living, and then you start comparing yourself, and it just gets in your head, and you just really need to take a step back. Put your phone away. Realize how you're doing amazing, and you say, hey, you know what? I didn't work out today, but let me go on a walk. That's still something. Alright, so this page. I made a playlist page, and the fun thing about recording this at the end of the month is that I now know that a playlist page for me is not something that I'd really fill out. I do love music, I did listen to a lot of music, but to me, the style that I did it looks cute, and the whole point of drawing the squares and making it look like a little play screen or whatever was to go back and like print out the photos of the music I listened to and put them on the thing. But to me that was just a lot of effort, and I should have just started small. I always just go into everything big, but I did not fill this out, and I do want to fill it out, so I will go back and fill it out, but that's how you learn what works and what doesn't for you. Maybe in the future, when I want to focus more on music, I will make a playlist list again. This page was very fun actually. This is my mood tracker, and that was one that I was very excited to do as well because it's been a really tough time for me, not just with quarantine, but other stuff as well. And I wanted to see how, each day I've been feeling, even if every day you're trying your best. And I decided to draw 2 big sunflowers that I also saw from a page, so I just tried my best to copy them. And by the end of it, you start realizing what techniques work best in terms of drawing what it is you're drawing. I remember there was a part where I just drew my own little sunflower and I added that butterfly there. But I think a mood page is nice. I might, in the future, I'll probably choose different moods or moods that are more towards, more appropriate to how I would describe them. I feel like happy, sad is too general, but calm I think is one that I'd probably keep in there, and tired. Some days you're more tired than other, and seeing how those correlate with maybe how much sleep you're getting or how much water. That's one of the reasons. And now we are getting to the last final 2 pages. This was actually wow, every page I say is a page that I'm excited about, just because these are all little things in life that I like to keep track of, and it kind of excites me to keep track of this. This month I wanted to really focus on saving. We're in quarantine anyway, there's not much you can do, so it's a perfect time to save unless you're online shopping. I'm surprised I haven't done that yet. I feel like it's because there's other stuff that I need to do first before I buy clothes. But yeah, so I did my finances. I really like this page. I think it's very simple, very to the point, and just an easy way to keep track of everything and how much you're spending. And lastly, last and least, I was gonna say last but not least, but it is the last thing in this video. I did an On My Mind page, just an empty one where I can just write whatever I needed to if something comes into my mind, if something doesn't. And yeah, that's the end of it. This was very exciting. Thank you all for joining me in on this. It was very fun. Ta-da! Here we are. Let's do one final flip through of this wonderful book. All right, this is my cover page and the calendar. If you move on, my habit tracker, can't wait to fill that out. My inspirational page and the water. Oh, the dreadful numbers. I'm never doing that again, not anytime soon. The playlist page that I didn't really fill out, but will. My mood tracker and finance. And there you have it. This is my first ever month of bullet journaling.